Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today you guys are going to get a how to draw curvy girls video. So just for this video, if you want to follow along, all you might need is an eraser, a highlighter, a black pen, your favorite pencil, and maybe a blending stump. So let's get into this. So before we even start this, I just want to say, when you want to draw curvy girls or any type of figure drawing, try to not copy from another artist, because I know as beginners that's like the easiest way to do it, but I definitely recommend references. So yeah, let's do that, guys. Okay, that's how you're gonna learn, and that's how you're gonna get better, even though it's hard, because I was there before. So like I said, with references, I use Pinterest, and I use this here to draw all my girls who are very curvy. So I just look at a reference I need, and then I just create a curvy girl from that reference. And that reference that I showed you just now was for my last piece, and as you can see, I changed a lot of stuff about it. So yeah, just use references so you guys can actually get the anatomy portion right, and it'll look really, really good. So the first thing I do when drawing curvy girls is draw that squiggly line. I forgot what it's called, so we're going to call it a squiggly line. And then I draw a circle at the top, which would be the torso type, like the top half of the torso, so it'll be where her breasts would reside at. And then this is where I draw the waist and the hip dips, because I think drawing hip dips is what really gives them the curve and like the voluptuous, I'm not even gonna say that word, the curves that they deserve. So as you can see here, I use my wrist to make a curvy line or a curved line. So try not to be stiff with it. Let your wrist just flick out and just, you know, be relaxed. If you try too hard to make that curvy line, it's going to look really, really stiff, and we don't want stiffness. We want like a very wiggly, curvy line, so it'll look like she's just, you know, chilling. So as you can see here, I'm also drawing breasts, and that's how I get my breasts to look a little bit more saggy and curvy. I use more of my wrist than my whole actual arm, and that really helps me draw some curves and make the lines a little bit more fluid. So I know at the beginning my curves used to be very stiff because I would never draw that squiggly line, and I would never like let my wrist release. So I definitely recommend tip number 1 is to let your wrist do what it wants to do. Tip number 2 is to draw that squiggly line in the way that the torso and the hips will be placed. So as you can see, I changed the line, but still, that's just like a guideline. And then tip number 3 is to be fluid, be relaxed with it. Don't try to be stiff. Being stiff is definitely what can make or break a piece, and it takes practice for sure. But yeah, I believe you guys will get it eventually. So here I'm just showing you another figure, and this is from the back. Show her ass, you know. So yeah, this is how I draw it from the back, and I draw like her behind and her bum. I make sure it's like supple and plump by just curving the line and following that little squiggly line. I forgot what it's called, y'all. I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna have to search it up. But yeah, and later on you'll see me create one without hip dips. I don't really do that a lot just because I really like how hip dips look. I don't know why, but I think it just adds so much more to the piece. So I normally do hip dips, but you can also just like do like a regular person with no hip dips. But I don't really do that much. But yeah, I also show you that, and that'll be the last one I show you. And then this way is just, you know, another one with that big curve showing, hey, I got ass, don't play with me. So yeah, I hope you guys like learn something from this here, I'm going to have another figure drawing tutorial, but this one will be on my Patreon, and it's going to be more in depth. It's going to be a longer video, and it's going to explain every single thing that I can to you and give you a lot of tips to, you know, further your figure drawing and further your skills in your art. So yeah, if you guys want to see that, just go down in the description box and head over to my Patreon, and you guys will be the first to see that video and probably the only to see that video. It's going to be a while before I post it on my like actual YouTube, so yeah, I definitely recommend heading over to Patreon if you guys want to see that. And see, as you can see here, I'm creating ones without hip dips, and that's how you can get a little bit curvy, although one of her thighs are not, it ain't set right, you know, but that's okay. It's just a figure drawing lesson, alright? Okay. I think my favorite one is the first one, clearly, and I think I'm gonna draw a piece that looks like that. Don't hold me to it. Actually, hold me to it, because I know I'm gonna do it, period. When I see something I like, I'm just gonna draw it. So yeah, that is all for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed how it came out. I'll be having a sale on my site actually going on right now. You can get 20% off $10 and up orders using the code HEARTS. So if you guys would like any of my prints that you have ever seen, now is the time to get them, honestly. So yeah, I'll see you guys on Saturday, and make sure to check down in the description box for all of my links and information. Make sure to like this video and subscribe and turn on the notification bell to be alerted when I do post on Saturday. Bye guys, and have a wonderful day.